He is billed as the 41,532nd world's greatest magician. After tonight, he hopes to move up a notch or two. Let's give it up for Pete Walterscheid.
I've always figured magic should be entertaining, not just a puzzle, But I come across something that I can't decide ever since I was a little kid if this is a puzzle or if this is a magic trick. So you can kind of decide. I have some cards here. I have what I call hole cards. Now I call them a hole card because as you can see it has a hole in it. That's why they call it a whole card. Now the second card is a whole card. It's whole, all one piece. See, that's why they call it a whole card. See, the third card is a whole card. The fourth card is like the first card. You can call it a whole card because it has a hole. So you see this effect is with two whole cards and two whole cards. You follow my drift. Well, see, now the back of each whole card is colored red. So you put a whole card against a whole card, it looks like a spot card. But it's not a spot card. You see, it's a whole card showing through the hole. Yeah. And since there's two whole cards and two whole cards, they look like two spot cards, but they're not spot cards. They're actually whole cards showing through holes. Unless you give a snap and a tap like this, what you end up with is a genuine spot card that does not rub off. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. I agree, but who are we among so many here? I always like playing the packed house. So that leaves it with two whole cards and a whole card. Of course, this was a whole card, but it's now a spot card, but we'll get to that in a minute. So you take a whole card and a whole card like this, you give it a little tap like this, you know what you end up with? A whole bunch of spots. So now you have a whole card and a whole card. We won't use the whole card, we just use the corner of the whole card to create the illusion of a spot card. Bring the whole card in front, give it a little rub like this. Bring it over to this side over here. What looked like a spot card is now a whole card, and this whole card over here is now a spot card. Spot's so big it covers the whole card. Yeah, I didn't think you'd buy that. So now we're left with a whole card. You could call this a whole card. You could call this a whole card. You could call it a whole card with a hole. Put this up here once again. You've got a spot card with a snap and a tap. You've got a spot card with a hole. So now you've got a spot card with a hole. Thank you. You've got a spot card with a hole. Here you've got a spot card so big it covers the whole card. Here you've got a whole bunch of spots, and here you have a single spot. And the reason this whole thing is so confusing is because everybody always watches the spots. Nobody ever pays any attention to, are you ready? The hole.